Hello students! In our previous video, we studied wind energy, which is a renewable source of energy. Today, we will learn about another important renewable source of energy, that is solar energy. So what is solar energy? Students, solar energy is the radiant light and heat on the earth from the sun that is harnessed using a range of devices like solar cooker, solar cells, solar heaters, etc. Students, we already know that solar energy is very essential source of renewable energy. It is broadly classified as either passive solar energy or active solar energy, depending on how it is captured and distributed or converted into solar power. Now students, you must be thinking, what is solar power? When solar energy is converted to electrical energy using devices like solar cells or solar panels, it is referred to as solar power. Students, sun emits sufficient amount of energy. Despite the fact that atmosphere and clouds absorb or reflect back majority of the amount of incident light on earth. Now students, as we said, solar energy can be classified into two types, active solar energy and passive solar energy, on the basis of how solar energy is used. Let us see passive solar energy first. It is a technique of utilizing the sunlight without the use of mechanical devices. For example, using sun-facing windows to get natural light to heat up the homes. Students, this is very common example of using solar energy as a passive energy. This technique of using sun's heat to heat up the spaces within the buildings is called the solar space heating. Today, most homes use solar energy for space heating. Homes which have mechanical equipment such as pumps and blowers for heating are called as active solar homes. Recall students, we said that active solar energy is a type where we use devices to capture and distribute solar energy. So, while the homes which do not have such equipment are called passive solar homes. A passive solar home is designed to let in as much sunlight as possible. It has maximum number of windows, that too larger size. Do you know students? Passive solar home behaves like a big solar collector. In these homes, sunlight passes through the windows and heats the inner walls and floor. The heat gets trapped inside the house and keeps the home warm, even though light escapes from the house. Now students, let us see active solar energy. As we mentioned, in this technique, we use some mechanical devices for the collection, storage and distribution of solar energy for future purposes. Such usable form of energy is called the active solar energy. There are several ways by which active solar energy can be used. Do you know students? It is difficult to capture the sunlight and put it to work because the solar energy that reaches the earth is scattered over the large area and it cannot be utilized in this scattered form. So, any mechanical device is required to capture this solar energy in the form of solar rays or concentrate the solar rays in a small area in order to utilize this solar energy. Thus, a solar collector is a device that helps to capture or concentrate the incident sunlight and change it into usable heat energy or change it to solar power. Now students, once we collect the solar energy, it can be used in various ways. Solar energy can either be converted to thermal energy simply by capturing the heat present in solar radiation. It can be converted to electrical energy and use it for various other purposes. Now students, accordingly there are three most useful types of solar energy, which are solar thermal energy, concentrated solar power, and photovoltaic solar power. Let us see one by one. Solar thermal energy, as the name suggests, is a technology for harnessing solar energy to generate heat or thermal energy. In this technique, a dark surface is placed in sunshine. This dark surface absorbs solar energy and gets heated up. This so produced heat energy or thermal energy is stored and is used in industries, residential and commercial sectors. Students, can you think of one very common device which uses this principle of solar thermal energy? Yes, you are right. It is our solar cooker. We'll study about it in our coming videos. Next is concentrated solar power. This type of solar thermal energy is mostly used to generate electricity. Now the name itself suggests we concentrate the incident or scattered solar energy to a small area. And for this, we use mirrors or lenses to concentrate a large area of sunlight into a small area. The concentrated light is then used as a heat source for a conventional power plant, also called as solar thermoelectricity. These plants are called concentrating solar plants, which consists of two parts. The first part collects the solar energy, and this solar energy gets converted into heat, which heats up a liquid. The superheated liquid is then used to produce steam. The steam rotates the turbine and produces electricity just in the same way as coal plants do. And this is the second part where heat energy is converted into electricity. The third is photovoltaic solar power. Unlike concentrated solar power, this technology uses photovoltaic cells instead of mirrors and lenses. Students, you must have heard about solar cells, which are nothing but photovoltaic cells. It's just that they are used interchangeably. In this technology also, the solar power is converted into electricity. But the difference is, it is not concentrated into a smaller area. Students, this conversion of solar energy using photovoltaic cells or solar cells is cheaper and convenient than concentrated solar power technology. Besides solar electricity, this technology can also be used for photovoltaic cooling, photovoltaic solar lighting, etc. So students, in this video we have learnt that solar energy is never exhausting source of energy. It can be used in various ways for our benefit. If it is used without a device, it is called passive solar energy. And if it is used via some device, it is called active solar energy. After tapping it with some device, it can be converted to either thermal energy or electrical energy. In our next video, we will see about devices used to tap solar energy and advantages and disadvantages of solar energy.